The Power of Forgiveness, a touching story of father-son love, consists of 7 chapters. When you listen to all 7 chapters, I am sure you will realize many things, helping you to resolve the problems in your heart, bringing you closer to your father, believing that you are a great son.
Chapter 1. The Father Who Valued Memories. Some fathers don't know how to say I love you, but they spend their whole lives proving it, by never leaving. I still remember clearly the little house with a corrugated tin roof, nestled by the hillside. Afternoons spent sitting in the breeze, the wind sweeping across the arid fields, whistling through the tin roof like time itself was whispering cold memories. My father would often sit silently in an old wooden chair, his eyes staring into the distant horizon, a place only he seemed to understand. He was a quiet man, his face always stern, his brows furrowed like he carried a lifetime of unspoken burdens. I grew up in that unmoving silence, a presence always there, yet somehow never truly present. As a child, I imagined my father as a cold warrior. He never hugged me like others did, never praised me when I got good grades. Not once did he say, "I'm proud of you." Instead, he showed love through rigid actions, patching up the shoes I tore, taking me to the clinic when I fell off my bike, staying up all night when I had a fever. But the child in me didn't understand that. To me, he was just a strict, distant, and cold father. And without realizing it, I began to build a wall around my heart. I longed for just one embrace, one simple sentence. "I love you, son." But as the years went by, those words never came. Once, I saw a kid being carried on his father's shoulders, laughing in the schoolyard. Meanwhile, I walked home alone, my steps heavy with something I couldn't name at the time, the loneliness of feeling unseen in your own home. I started to remember every moment that hurt. I noticed every cold glance, every disappointed shake of the head. These little things etched themselves deep into my memory, small, persistent cuts that slowly eroded the image of my father. When I was 14, my mother passed away after a long illness. From that day on, my father grew even more silent. He didn't leave. He didn't say anything. He simply kept living. I began to drift away from him, to protect my soul. Though we lived under the same roof, we were like strangers passing each other by. I shut my door, locking myself in a world where the word Dad no longer existed. And I swore to myself one day I would leave this house for good. Chapter 2. The First Crack. There are moments, fleeting, just minutes long, that leave a scar too deep to ever fully heal. I have a memory like that. It happened on a summer afternoon when I had just turned 15. That day I came home filled with glowing pride. I had won second prize in the district-level writing contest. For me, a child who had never once been praised, it felt like a miracle. I hoped, just this once, my father would look at me differently. I held the certificate in my hands, my heart pounding as I stepped inside. My father was at the dining table, sharpening a kitchen knife as usual, lost in his own world. I called out, "Dad, I won a prize!" I held the paper out to him with both hands, like offering something precious. He glanced at it for a second, then said calmly, "Focus on your real studies. This kind of stuff won't feed you. Just one sentence. No smile. No proud look." I stood there, as if someone had thrown cold water straight into my face. That certificate, which I had believed could be the bridge to bring us closer, now lay flat on the table, meaningless. That night, I skipped dinner. I went upstairs, closed the door, and cried like a child betrayed. But I wasn't a child anymore. I was a teenager who had started to realize you can't expect love from someone who doesn't know how to give it. From then on, I slowly grew cold toward him. I stopped talking about school. I stopped asking how he was. I answered with short, dry words. And above all, I kept my distance. We lived under the same roof, but belonged to 2 completely different worlds. Each step I took toward growing up felt like a step he took back, not because he wanted to, but because I was quietly pushing him away. I started to question everything he did. When he bought me new shoes, I assumed it was out of obligation, not care. When he asked, "What did you eat today?" it felt like a polite formality, nothing more. I even started to hate the sound of him, harsh, persistent, echoing every night, like an uninvited presence stubbornly clinging to my life. That summer I received a partial scholarship to a prestigious high school in the city. I kept it to myself, prepared everything alone, handled my documents on my own. The day before I left, I finally told him. I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm going to study in the city. He looked at me for just a bit longer than usual, then turned away. Okay, I got on the bus alone. No one saw me off. No one said goodbye. No one waved. Just a figure hiding behind the garden wall, watching quietly like a shadow. I didn't look back. I had made up my mind I would live on my own and never let him hurt me again. From that moment, my life turned in a new direction. A path I thought I had chosen for myself, strong and independent, but in truth it was the escape of a child who had never been healed. I hid myself in a dusty corner of memory. No contact, no phone calls on holidays, no returning home for Tet. I told myself, I don't need him, I can live without him, I'll prove I'm better than him, stronger than him. And so I grew up carrying that crack in my heart, deeper each day, wider each year. No one could see it, no one could touch it. Only me, the one who bore it through time.
I will share with you more healing videos, help you feel lighter, more motivated in this life. Please help me have more motivation to make videos by subscribing to the channel, sharing with people who need this video like you. Thank you very much.